Mississippi street preacher's arrest outside of a concert venue is at the center of a case before the United States Supreme Court. The outcome could have a widespread impact on challenging local laws people say violate their rights. Tara Mershner has this story.
Gabriel Olivier, an evangelical street preacher, says a Brandon, Mississippi law barring him from public property violated his religious freedom and right to free speech. After lower courts blocked him from challenging the law, the U.S. Supreme Court takes up a procedural question that could set a precedent for future free speech disputes.
I made some mistakes.
At the Brandon Amphitheater, concerts draw big audiences.
I love to go out and tell folks about Jesus.
Olivier sees those crowds as an opportunity to share his faith.
They hand out gospel tracts to people and tell them about the message of Christ as they're walking to the concert.
After complaints that he spoke too loud and shouted insults, the city used a local ordinance ordering Olivier to stay within a designated protest area around the amphitheater. When he returned to the main walkway, authorities cited, fined, and gave him a suspended 10-day jail sentence.
They refer to it as a protest and a demonstration. And of course, evangelism really doesn't amount to those things. So by utilizing these vague terms, in practicality and in application, it really becomes a situation where the city removes and silences a speech that they don't like.
Olivier didn't appeal because that would have only challenged the conviction, not the ordinance. Instead, he sued to prevent the city from using the law again. Lower courts threw it out, however, saying he used a process meant for only people in custody. Since Olivier served no time, his lawyers sought no other recourse.
Religious liberty really is front and center of this issue, and the reason is because this guarantee that we have to freely exercise our religion, this guarantee that we have to share our faith to fellow citizens in public, really is meaningless if we don't have the opportunity to protect those rights in court.
The city of Brandon disagrees, and in a statement to CBN News, the city's attorney writes, the petitioner was convicted under a municipal ordinance and elected not to utilize any of the mechanisms available under Mississippi law to challenge it. Instead, while on probation, he collaterally attacked his criminal judgment through a civil tort lawsuit that requested monetary damages and attorney's fees, among other relief. Both the district court and the Fifth Circuit rejected the petitioner's subversion of state law.
Jesus is the answer.
Free speech advocates believe the case raises a broader concern over the use of designated protest zones to limit public expression and local government's power to control speech in public spaces.
If they can limit your free speech in a public park, then they have, really taken away a fundamental right. And it just becomes more and more restrictive.
The justices will not rule on whether Brandon's ordinance violates the First Amendment, only whether Olivier still has standing to sue after his conviction and whether people not in jail can challenge a law before it's used again. The ruling could redefine when citizens can fight local laws they believe go too far. A decision is expected later this term. In Washington, Tara Mergener, CBN News.
Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, a day when people come together to make a difference through generous giving. Your gift to CBN provides meals to the hungry, brings clean water to the thirsty, offers medical care to the sick, and spreads the gospel around the world. Tomorrow, every dollar you give will be matched up to $250,000. So you can just go to cbn.com or call 1-800-700-7000.